man. I do what I do.
Black Americans are lazy. Now, nevertheless, I'm going to put this link in the chat room, and it's going to take you to blackdemographics.com. Okay? Blackdemographics.com. Shout out to April Love. Blackdemographics.com has the following illustration up. Okay? Let me see if I can pull this up. I want you all, each and every one of you all, to see this. Who's the hardest working group of people? Who's the hardest working group of men in America? Who is the hardest working group of men in America? Who works the most hours of all men in America, according to blackdemographics.com? What group of men are the hardest working group of men in America? Black American men working 43 hours a week. Black American, white men 42.6, Asian 41.8, Hispanic 41.5. So this is the truth. You understand me? And you can go right over there to blackdemographics.com and get this information for yourself. So let's cut to the truth. Because see, too many people, particularly African and Caribbeans, have been parroting the oldest and most insidious white supremacist talking point there is, and that is Black Americans are lazy. That lie didn't come from your lived experience, Caribbean folk and African folk. It didn't come from facts. It was fed to you by the same system that oppressed Black Americans for centuries. Why? Because it's psychological warfare. White supremacy doesn't just oppress, it manipulates. It tells newly arrived Black Africans and Caribbeans, don't be like them. They're lazy. They're criminals. They're entitled. Not because it's true, you see, but because it tricks you all into working harder and overcompensating and seeking white validation while stepping over the people who laid the very foundation you now benefit from. It's not a compliment. It's a setup. See, don't believe it. Okay, here's a reality. Let's do the numbers. According to blackdemographic.com, which cites the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Black men work the most hours per week for any group of men in America. Weekly average work hours, full-time workers, 43 hours a week. White men, 42.6 hours a week. Asian men, 41.8 hours a week. Hispanic men, 41.5 hours a week. So when Africans and Caribbeans come to America and smugly claim to work harder than Black Americans, what exactly are you basing that on? Shout out to Father of Many Nations. Because see, that data says you're wrong. See, according to the US Census, right, Black men's employment rate ages 25 to 64 increases from 66% to 69%. Unemployment dropped from 6% to 5%. Now, you do have 25% of Black men not in the labor force, and that's overall is 16% of all men not in the labor force. But see, what they're not including and what those men don't necessarily have to deal with is the fact that, well, they do have to deal with the fact that some men are in school, some are disabled, some are incarcerated, and some are not seeking work. But see, we also had to deal with the structural barriers and the redlining and the discrimination and the mass incarceration, which left many of our Black brothers with felonies and locked them out of the job market. So if they lose their job, they can't necessarily readily get right back in. Nevertheless, Black men are still showing up. We're still grinding, and we still outworking all of y'all. You understand me? And so I want you to think about that. And the cold part about it is the percentage of unemployed working age Black Americans is statistically about equal to white folks, even though the system hits Black communities with every disadvantage. Now, where are we working? Somebody type Black jobs in the chat room. The Black jobs, 29% of Black men work in production, transportation, and material moving jobs. Keep in mind, it's 19% of men overall. Shout out to Lance Jackson. We overrepresented in that area. 32% of black men or black workers are in management, business, science, and arts and occupation. That includes the sisters. Okay? And they gain from previous years, especially for black women. Service jobs remain, we're overrepresented. Among black men, it's 20%, black women, 25%. Okay, and they're not giving us those jobs. We're not lazy people. These are what society permits us to do. These are the black jobs. And see, when the immigrants go, we can get those jobs back. Nevertheless, despite the overrepresentation, right? Black men still, we're underrepresented in some of the white collar leadership roles, but we dominate in critical sectors in logistics, manufacturing, transportation. So not only are we doing these jobs, we're necessary. Bottom line is this. This lie was designed to divide. White supremacy crafted that lie that black Americans are lazy to divide the diaspora. It uses the lie to make you all think, right? You all think, well, I don't want to be like those black Americans. So they have you working till you're exhausted, chasing their validation because you don't want to seem like you those black Americans. It told you to look down on the very people who fought for the rights you now take for granted. You didn't get affirmative action. We did. You didn't dismantle Jim Crow. We did. You didn't build the labor rights movement. We did. You didn't fight for civil rights, voting rights, housing rights. You walked into a house that was built, and you're not fighting for anything now. So instead of saying thank you, you let this racist lie convince you that you're better than us. And see, you need to be, let's be absolutely clear here. Black American men in America are the hardest working group of men in the country. Black Americans are not lazy. We're survivors. We're builders. We're warriors. Shout out to Ghostwriter. And if you're repeating the lazy lie, you're not just misinformed. You've been used. You understand me? And the cold part about it is black folk know this. All I got to say this. Let me tell you what we know to be true. All right? We know it's true. All I got to do is type Willie Lynch. And every black person in this chat room, every foundational black person in this chat room already knows what I'm talking about. When I type Willie Lynch, they'll let you know already what it was and the story behind it. Because see, all this is an old tactic from an old playbook. So back in the day, they would try to cast northern blacks against southern blacks and city blacks against country blacks and light-skinned blacks against dark-skinned blacks and black men against black women and old black folk against young black folk. That's the Willie Lynch letter. It's a foundational tool of the plantation system. It's a philosophy that taught enslavers how to manipulate racial hierarchy to divide black unity and exploit our labor. And here's what happened. It worked, especially among diaspora Africans and Caribbeans. They made you all work yourself to death. It's a whole bunch of Caribbeans right down there in South Florida, cleaning toilets for white folk, bathing old white people. You out there wiping crusty white people's booties, talking about you outwork black. We ain't doing it. Old retired white folk from New York come down there and they got all those nice Caribbean people to wipe their booties up. That's what you're working. That's the hard work they got you doing. And you doing it. And you say, I'm better than those black people as you wiping, cleaning urine pans.
What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D.
People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D, D-Splash. Pac-Man talk, pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. Lizard King here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't Pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shootin', give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Holly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta know this now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.